So talking about leg swelling in pregnancy, it's normal if there are no other associated symptoms like protein in urine or raised blood pressure. When there are no these things, then leg swelling can be okay. That's because the woman body tends to retain water during pregnancy. Okay, so but if there is leg swelling, protein in urine, raised blood pressure, mostly in second trimester, you'll be looking at pre-eclampsia. Hello everyone, good afternoon, welcome again to my channel. This is your girl Sustainer, and today we have
Pa.
is your name Umpa?
At least everybody knows me as Pa.
Okay, whatever. He said his name is Umpa. So today, guys, we'll be talking about pregnancy. This is my pregnancy series of part 2. Okay, there's going to be a part 3 of this, but we'll be talking about pregnancy series. So we want to know how much does this young man here know about pregnancy. You cannot say, okay, you've finished giving birth, or maybe your family size is complete, so you're not interested in this video today. No, because you'll be able to, maybe as a lady, you may meet younger ones or newly married people that will ask you various questions about pregnancy. Just things that anybody should know, every girl should know, and then any man should also know about them. Okay, that's just some common facts, right? So we'll be talking about it today, but in a fun way, because I'll be asking him the questions and let me see how much he knows. You can also do this to your husband, your partner, or you can ask yourself these questions. Do you even know them? You don't necessarily have to be a doctor to be able to answer these questions. Anybody should know about it. Okay, so welcome again, and let's start right away. Okay. So have not I didn't show him the questions, so he'll be hearing the questions now for the first time. Okay, so let's see how much he knows. Maybe all this while has he been reading up things about pregnancy? Does he even know anything? You can ask your spouse, you as a married woman, you can play this game, ask your husband, and let's see how much men know about pregnancy, or maybe pregnancy just for ladies alone, right? So let's go. Are you happy to be here?
I'm happy now. At least let me educate you. I'm happy. At least let me educate you.
You want to educate me?
Since you want to shock me, let me shock you. Shocking the shocker.
Okay.
Okay? So,
no problem.
Because people said that Mbredeke Jamadike. Okay?
It's alright.
Yeah.
No wahala. So I actually wrote down some questions I want to ask him, which you can also ask yourself what you know about pregnancy. Okay, so my number one question, are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Okay,
go on.
So let's go. My number one question: how many trimesters do we have in pregnancy?
What do you want to hear? How do you want to hear? What do you mean by
Please be fast, be fast.
What do you mean by trimester?
What do I mean by trimester? Answer my question.
I think 3.
You think 3? Okay. How many weeks makes up a trimester?
How many weeks makes up a trimester? 12 weeks now.
12 weeks.
3. That is 3 months now.
12 weeks.
Hannah. Yes, now.
Are you sure?
It's not 12 weeks. Whatever. 12 weeks.
Do we agree with that?
4 weeks for a month. 4 weeks for another month. 3 months. 3 trimesters comprises of 3 months. Sorry, 1 trimester comprises of 3 months. In 3 months, you have 12 weeks. So how you calculate it is a month, 4 weeks. How many weeks make 1 month?
Are you asking me?
Oh, it's an interruption from it. Or you know it, or from it, you have to learn. 4 weeks for 1 month.
So guys, what do you think? A trimester actually is made up of approximately 13 weeks. Okay, so that's the correct answer, Mr. Man. It's 13 weeks.
So
Not
how many weeks do you have
it's
in a
even
year?
it's even above 13 weeks actually, if you calculate it, but we approximate to 13 weeks, so it makes up a trimester.
Then how many months
Okay,
makes
so
a
you
trimester?
failed. What?
How many months makes trimester?
3 months approximately. You know, okay, now pregnancy is how many weeks? How many weeks do you have for, like when they say, okay, do you know what's the meaning of EDD? What's the full meaning of EDD?
Expected delivery date.
Okay, that's correct. So when a doctor tells you that your EDD is so date, like how many weeks does it comprise? Like the EDD from the time of pregnancy to EDD is how many weeks?
36, 37 weeks.
That's wrong. Your EDD, expected date of delivery, is 40 weeks. How many zero now have you gotten?
No, which one is first zero?
Now you failed 3 questions.
Which 3 questions?
First of all, you did not get the number of weeks in trimester. So secondly, you did not get which other thing you did not even get? You did not get the have the weeks in expected date of delivery. You did not get it. And so we've even talked about this thing before now. We've talked about EDD, and today he's fumbling. That's to tell you how much men know about pregnancy and how they pay attention to the ladies, to their wives. Even when you're talking, they will not be listening. So
I know that your EDD. I know the dates.
You know my EDD, but you don't know how many weeks, what it comprises of. So when you have EDD, your ED calculated as pregnancy of 40 weeks. That's just the correct thing. So now, if your EDD, if your EDD is 40 weeks, you understand, that's how it's calculated. Then, when is a baby term? Like, at which week of pregnancy can you give birth? And you say you have a term baby.
Wait. You are confusing me. You are not the person that have been praying that you don't want to reach 40 weeks. No.
Okay.
No. No, they need to. Everybody need to.
You don't deal with it.
Yeah, they should judge it. You are the person that have been praying that you don't want to reach 40 weeks. You want it to be 37, 38. So how is it now EDD? How is the 40 weeks EDD? Since you want to put to bed by 38 weeks.
Okay, guys, I know my EDD, okay, but I'll answer your question.
You are the person that confused me.
Hold on first. I will answer your question after this question. I'll answer your question, what you're saying, after now. So the question is this: at what age, at what gestational age, or at what week of pregnancy will you say a baby is term? Do you understand? That's what do you understand the question?
Okay, you're asking me now.
Or
I should not tell you, like, how many weeks makes term pregnancy?
A term baby, yes. At what weeks will you say a baby is term? Like, below that week or below that age, you will say this baby is premature. So at what age? At what week?
37, 38. 38.
You have to choose one.
38.
You failed it again.
Yes, I failed it again.
You failed it.
How?
Pregnancy at 37 weeks is term. Below 37 completed weeks is term. Below 37 is preterm. Okay. So now, but we calculate our pregnancy with the EDD. We calculate the EDD as 40 weeks. Okay. So pregnancy totally, when what we calculate or what we work with is 280 days, 40 weeks. Understand? But if your baby come anytime from 37 weeks, the baby is term. All right. So that's why when your EDD, usually they will tell you 40 weeks plus or minus 2 weeks. That is to say, baby can come 2 weeks earlier or 2 weeks after. All right. After which, if the baby delays, let's say getting to 42, you may have to induce you. Okay. So that is the correct answer. So now this is my own argument. Well, I've been thinking about it, and now I want to know what you think in the comment section. Do you think pregnancy is 9 months? With this calculation of 40 weeks, 280 days, do you think pregnancy is 9 months? because me, I think it's 10 months. However, so how are you doing? Are you still okay?
I'm okay. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying because you confused me in the
Okay,
first place.
now he was saying that have been saying I don't want my pregnancy to reach 40 weeks. Yes, that's because 40 weeks is the EDD. But a baby coming at 37 weeks, the baby is done, like it's full time, right? The baby comes at 38 week, you don't have anything to worry. All right, so personally, I'm just saying, okay, maybe I don't want it to get to 40, but if it comes at 40, no problem. If it comes at 38, no problem. If it comes at 37, it's fine. If it comes at 39, it's okay. Do you understand now?
So if it comes at 49, you don't have any problem.
If it comes at 40,
just to justify your answer.
If it comes at 40, it's still correct, okay?
No,
so
I'm saying what you have been. You confused me. I think I know this thing before.
You know what before?
They.
You say you're fumbling.
But you now confuse me like
next question.
I think I'm doing well.
Okay. Which trimester do you think women struggle the most and why?
Is it women or you? The one you struggle the most?
Okay, let's say me.
So if I should use you now, I should be a gold standard for women.
Not exactly. People have different experience, but there is one that usually if you say you should count or ask 10 women, at least we are sure that 5 will tell you that that trimester was not very wonderful for them.
Okay, first trimester.
Okay, that's correct. So I think that women struggle the most during first trimester, and that's because their body is still adapting. Like you're moving from non-pregnant state to pregnancy state. For some people it can be easy, but for some others it can really be tough. So comment down below if you've had a baby before and what you think, which trimester was the most difficult for you, or you know someone that had a baby, you've heard people's story. So what do you think? Next question. Do pregnant women drink more water compared to non-pregnant women? Do you think so? Answer my question. Do you think that pregnant women drink more water compared to non-pregnant women?
Yes, they drink more water.
Sorry?
They drink more water. You drink more water.
I drink more water?
Yes.
Okay, now me see the observant here. Actually, there's an increase in test threshold during pregnancy. So when someone is pregnant, they tend to get thirsty the more, and then they keep drinking. Okay. Another question for you.
You have finished this.
Another question for you. Another question is leg swelling in pregnancy. Do you think it's a problem? You know, some people when they get pregnant, yeah, they have edema, and then do you think it's a problem in pregnancy?
Well, I think it's not all that normal. It's not like it's a problem, but it's not all that good. I think it's not like it's how it should be. Think that there are some factors which if it should be minimized, or taken care of, the leg swelling will not be there.
So talking about leg swelling in pregnancy, it's normal if there are no other associated symptoms like protein in urine or raised blood pressure. When there are no these things, then leg swelling can be okay. That's because the woman body tends to retain water during pregnancy. Okay, so but if there is leg swelling, protein in urine, raised blood pressure, mostly in second trimester, you'll be looking at pre-eclampsia. Okay, so straight to the next question. Are you ready? Right. So my next question is how much weight do you think a pregnant woman should gain during pregnancy? He's closing his eyes.
Let's say 5 5 kg.
5 kg, really? Like seriously?
Many
Have you seen that? Have you ever heard that some women they give birth to baby of 5 kg? So if the woman
that's
gives
the added weight now.
That's the added weight. What of the placenta? What of everything, really?
But it's real now. It's usually 3.5.
So 3.5 now.
3.
Everything 5 kg. Anyway, during pregnancy, woman, we expect to add at least 10 to 15 kg.
How many have you added?
I've added about 10 kg.
10 kg.
Of course. I'm weighing more than 60 now. I was weighing 50 before now.
Oh, wow.
So, do you think that eating certain kind of food affect the gender of your baby, of the baby?
How?
Like maybe some people believe that eating some particular food will help them give birth to a boy or a girl or something.
I'm hearing it for the first time.
So what do you think?
It's fallacy.
Fallacy. Okay. So actually, no type of food will affect the gender of your baby. Okay, so next question is sleeping position. What position do you think is best for pregnant women?
For pregnant women?
Yes, when they are sleeping.
For you?
Whatever, whether for me or for a pregnant woman, what position do you think they should lie when sleeping to help them?
Any position that will make them not to lie with their tummy.
Good. Okay. So, during first and second trimester, you can lie on your back actually. But during third trimester, it's advisable to avoid lying on your back. And that's because the uterus will be resting on the blood vessels there, the outer and inferior vena cava, which supplies blood to the fetus and also to your brain, okay? So even when you go for scan, they tend not to allow you to lie for a long time on your back, all right? So it's best for you to lie on your side during third trimester, okay? Next question is, who determines the sex of the baby? No, in Africa, especially Igbo men, they want to give birth to a boy. They want to give birth to a boy. And sometimes if the wife gives birth to girls for a very long time, it becomes an issue in the house, and then you see some of them will threaten to chase her away or even marry a second wife because they want a boy that will carry on their name, right? So now the question is this: who is it, the female or the male that determines the sex of the baby?
Are you asking me?
Of course.
Who determines the sex of the baby?
Yes, like
the God now.
Actually, God determines the sex of the baby. I agree with you. But I'm saying, like, the chromosome, the sex chromosome for a boy or for a girl, where does it come from?
Both comes from the man.
I don't understand.
It comes from the man now.
Okay, that's correct. That's because the sex chromosome for girls is XX, and that for boys is SY. Okay, so usually when X from the lady and Y from the male come together, you have XY. That is for boys, and then when that from the male is X and that from the female is X, you have XS for girls. So my ladies, especially those African ladies, my ladies from Africa, don't allow any man to intimidate you and say, give me a boy or give me a girl. It's entirely from them, all right? So I will say that if you enjoyed this section, why not give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, hit notification bell. There is part 2. This young man here fumbled a lot. And so I'm coming up with part 2 question.
I did my best. You wanted to hear.
I'm coming up with part 2 questions, okay? And that is going to be on childcare. I've given him mess, but let him go and prepare. All right. I will
see
see you in my next
Even
video.
if you wake me up in the midnight, I will give you.
Are you serious?
The lectures that you need.
Like the one you gave me today.
I answered, but I did.
See you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.